Welcome, folks. Today's vlog is another kind of a weird one, to be honest. Today we're just doing errands. We're way up in North Austin, like the Cedar Park area, picking up something. I'm with my mom. She's picking up something. So it's really, I'm following along on her errand. But check this out. Look at that building up there. It's like a cool, tall building. But that's pretty cool. Okay, I'm gonna have to get a better angle of that. But basically, yeah, we're gonna go to one of our favorite places in like the West Austin. It's not quite downtown. It's like it's like near 41st Street. But it's called Kismet Cafe. And it's a Mediterranean little restaurant, and nothing fancy, but the food is amazing. If you're a fan of basically Mediterranean food, gyros, pitas, all that good Greek, just not so much just, I was about to say Greek, but there is some Greek flavoring in there. But if you're a fan of that, or just the whole Mediterranean cuisine, Kismet is amazing. So we're gonna head there after she's done picking up what she needs to pick up here. Actually, I take that back. What we're gonna do is pick that up, and then we're gonna go across the street to Starbucks to get a piping hot caffeinated beverage. Because when I'm vlogging, I like to do a little tribute to Adam the Woo. It's a tradition that it just feels right, and it kind of like, in my little way, keeps the tradition going. Tradition keeps the tradition going, as much as I feel like every other person who is a fan of Adam, as well as other vloggers, will be keeping up this tradition of getting the piping hot caffeinated beverage. Though today I did a mobile order, and we're actually getting a piping cold, ice cold caffeinated beverage. What's funny about that? We were looking at the freaking sugar content on those things. Starbucks, man, it's like everyone knows there's a lot of sugar, but my gosh, I mean, we both had to get like talls. Like, you can't even get grande anymore because some of those drinks, it is crazy the amount of sugar. I'm talking like 30. You're lucky if you find like a 20 something gram amount of sugar in those. And it's the worst in the iced cold type of beverage. You can kind of get get lower sugar amounts in the hot drinks, but when it comes to the cold drinks, my gosh, I mean, talk about Frappuccino, right? But for some reason, when it comes to that, they just become total dessert drinks. And I'm like, I like to get I'm shocked. I like to get their pistachio latte. That's kind of been my go-to drink when I go to Starbucks. And I just decided to check the amount of sugar that's in there, and it's like 33 grams or something like that. I was shocked. I'm like, oh my gosh, 33 grams of sugar. Now, be it, I don't eat a lot of sugar in my diet. I really don't. I've cut back that years ago. So, on average, my daily intake of sugar is with either 0 or it's just from just natural sources, but never, in a super sugary drink or anything like that. My dessert of choice has become, it's healthy candy, better for you candy. Shout out Rotten Gummies, Midday Squares, so there's a growing number of snack brands that are low in sugar, or they use different type of it's just low sugar in general. So that's my go-to nowadays. It's been like that for years now, ever since I lost about 40 pounds of weight back in 2023, I think was when it happened. I dropped all the weight, 40 pounds. So ever since then, I've cut back on sugar, and I even cut back on Starbucks for a good while, and kind of, I treat it as a treat, right? A little naughty treat. We're out, and when I'm in the mood, I'll get a Starbucks drink. But man, it kind of ruins the mood when you look at the freaking amount of sugar. 33 grams for a pistachio latte, and that was a tall. Okay, I started getting talls because, again, I'm trying to lower the amount of calories, and because it's milk in general, I like to get whole milk or 2% milk. It's just, milk is high in calorie in general, so I have to get a tall, and for the most part, that's enough. I don't need a huge drink of caffeine. I mean, to be honest, I've been drinking a lot of caffeine today anyway, so this is probably my 4th cup today. So I don't need a large caffeinated beverage. So a tall works for me. But now seeing how much sugar is involved, a tall, you're just gonna have to get a tall, or you're in the hole for 33 grams of sugar. So. And then considering I'm going to be eating Kismet today, which is going to be a high-calorie meal because it comes with french fries. I'm getting a gyro. So that's a pita bread. So it's not going to be a low-calorie meal by any means. And I've been saving my calories. I've been budgeting my calories to eat this today. So like today, I've only had my protein drink and a small bowl of protein oatmeal. That is all I've had, with the exception of a few pieces of healthy bacon. But like I said, that's been it. That's all I've eaten, knowing I have this gyro ahead of me. Love it. They put french fries in there. You'll see. When we get there, you'll see. But man, it's shocking the amount of sugar that is in those drinks. Oh, and one thing I forgot to mention. Today is Friday, March 13th, 2026. And it's usually this time of year I try to avoid Austin, downtown Austin, specifically. Why? Because of South by Southwest. Yeah. If you're not from Texas, if you're not from Central Texas, if you don't live near Austin, then you probably don't experience this. But when South by Southwest comes into town, this circus literally comes into the town, and for me, someone who lives about, technically, without traffic, about 20 minutes south of Austin, in the Kyle Buda area, it just means traffic. Traffic, congestion. The circus is officially in town. I personally don't enjoy it when South by Southwest comes into town, and it always kind of cracks me up when people from not here, I'm having a conversation with them, and South by Southwest is in town, or when they find out I'm like, I live near Austin-ish, they're like, oh, you must love South by Southwest. I'm like, no, I do not. It just means traffic, and it's Austin traffic in general is terrible. And with more and more people moving in here, it's just gonna get worse. So yeah, I don't enjoy South by Southwest. Now, I do confess, when I was younger, in my college days, I enjoyed it. It was super fun back then. The traffic wasn't as bad either. It was still expensive then, but there was a lot of kind of fun stuff. But like my most favorite memory of South by Southwest was there was a really cool like record vinyl record convention type thing. It's called, I think it was called Flat Stock. I'm not sure if it's still around anymore, but it was like a mix of printed, old school printing posters, as well as vinyl records. And that's where I was really into Led Zeppelin. And that's when I just hit the mother load. This one vendor just had pretty much all their records. And so I grabbed them all, and from that, you know, I basically was able to fulfill my whole Led Zeppelin collection in one purchase. So that was an awesome day. The second good memory of South by Southwest was back in the good old. I'm a Doctor Who fan. Not as much these days. For me, the glory days was starting with David Tennant as the Ninth Doctor, and going into Matt Smith's 11th Doctor. I am a fan of oh my god, I'm forgetting his name. The 13th Doctor. I'm forgetting his name. The Scottish actor. So his name has left my mind. But you know who I'm talking about, if you know Doctor Who. I did enjoy his run. Anyways, this was around the time of Matt Smith, when Jenna Coleman was who played his companion, and they had a little really cool shindig pop-up experience out South by Southwest. And I forget exactly what it was exactly, but it was fun. And then I pretty much stayed away from South by for a couple of years, and then in about 2015 is when I decided, you know what, I wanted to partake of the film festival, and they were selling wristbands for pretty cheap, decent, and that's what I did that. Got our drinks. It's good, huh?
This is mine.
That's mine. That's yours.
This is mine.
That's yours.
Why doesn't look as fun?
I think it can work. I don't think it's right, because what about the
mine's the
18-year-olds
salted
out there
caramel.
who don't pay the income tax right now, don't have anything, they have their own mom and dad stuff? You're going to deny them a vote?
Well, I don't know that. I'm not talking about denying votes. I'm talking about, you know, just a couple of...
Sugarcoat and Company Beauty Bar.
All right, here is the loaded gyro. As you can see, what makes it loaded is French fries. There are French fries in there, and I believe is lamb and beef. I think it's lamb and beef. Not sure. I can't remember. It's not disclosed on the menu of what type of beef it is. I believe it is a lamb and beef mix, or it's just beef. But I think the gyro comes with a lamb and beef mix. And what makes it loaded, like I said, is the French fries. Because you can get other ones that it's just your regular wraps that are not loaded, which means no French fries. But I'm telling you, the French fries in there make it delicious. And then, of course, we got the loaded French fries as well, which comes with your choice of sauce. But we got tzatziki and their special orange sauce, which will be sprinkled on there. There's the logo. Halal Group. I guess they own Kismet. I'm not sure, but that is my favorite wrap. All right. I could record myself eating it, but I'm not sure. I'm starving. Sorry. You're gonna have to miss out on me eating food. That's the end of today's vlog. Goodbye. I'm gonna eat. Goodbye. See you in the next one.